Hello, this is Ador Ray from Bricks Maven. Hope you guys are doing okay. As you can see in this video, we'll be creating a section with a masked gallery carousel. I'll be using the image gallery, from Bricks Builder to create this gallery, and I will also animate it so that it's scrolling up and down. Since the latest updates of Bricks, I don't even know when the update was for the image gallery, but things have changed significantly. The image gallery is now capable of, you can use grid, you can create a Mansory gallery, you can even create a metro gallery. So that is pretty cool. So once I found this out, I decided to create this section with it. So without further ado, let us jump in and let's get started. Let me see, is my mic okay? Okay, mic is good. Okay, so first things first, move my head to the side, move this to the side. Let me add a section to the page. We will call this gallery, gallery 12, because this block will be added to the alpha template library. Okay, so we'll be needing two containers. The first container will contain the intro section. The second container will contain the gallery. And to create this gallery, we need a gallery wrapper, the image gallery wrapper, and we need the image gallery itself. So let me add that in, and it will be sectioned under the image gallery wrapper, and then we have I'll just call this carousel wrapper. Carousel wrapper, this will be the image gallery wrapper. And in the container, we need to add the intro section. I'm just using a block from the alpha template library, so I do not need to recreate that. So just put it here and make sure that this is black, and we can take this off. Okay, so now we have the basic structure is in. You know what, I'll also just add images so that that's already done. Let me see, can I do this? Yes, this. Just trying to move pretty quick here. Insert. Okay, we have our images, and like I was saying before, as you can see in the new the image gallery, you have the layout. You can add the grid layout, you can add the Mansory layout, right? And you can add a metro layout, which is very cool. We'll do the styling after we add the classes. So let me first just add the classes and then we'll continue. So without further ado, let's use the auto BEM functionality. Sync labels no. It should ignore this container. It should ignore the whole intro section because they already have classes. It should ignore this container and it can fill in the rest. Okay, so we have our classes. Wait here, I've already what's going on? Why did it get a automatic space? What's going on? Anyways, I will. Oh, that's weird. Or does it just add a space by itself? Weird. Okay, let me continue. So we need to add a gallery 12 container. This would be gallery 12 container carousel. This would be the carousel container. Just copy this and I'll paste it here. This would just be the normal container. There we go again. Typo. Okay, so this is good. Let's save that. We have all our classes, and we are ready to rock and roll. Okay, first let me just go to the section and add a container gap for the spacing here. As you can see, spacing between the two containers. Let me go to let's go to style. We want our height to be 100 VH because I want the section to fill the whole screen, which is doing now. Let's set a overflow heading on our section. There we go. So later once it's scrolling, it will not scroll out of the section, which is very important. And let me go to our container, and what are we going to do here? As you can see, it's almost reaching the size of the page. So let's add we're going to add a media query, a min-width media query that it's only going to touch the sides of the screen once it's on desktop. Once it hits the tablet, it just goes back to the normal content width, right? Okay, so we say media min width 991 pixel. So once it hits the 991 pixel, it should do the following. Root should set the min width to 95. Viewport width. So there you have it. So this is set. I'm going to change that. The carousel wrapper is next. I will give this a 100% height. Yes, 100% height. Or should I even give this a height? But anyways, it should be 100%. So if I remove it, what does it show? Okay, 100%. Okay, as you can see, the section is hiding the rest of the images, which is what we want, right? And now we need to set this layout to position relative, because we're going to add the before. We're going to add the before and after pseudo elements to create that mask a gradient, right? That it's fading. It's going from full white to transparency, to transparent white on the top, and from the bottom is also going from full white to transparent. So let's add that. Before, say content is this one is empty. Position absolute. We want it to be set to the top, so it's set to the top. Type on here, and we want our width to be 100%, and we want our height to be about, let's do 30 VH. That's about right. Our background should be, we want the gradient, like I said, it's going from white to transparent, right? Okay, so let's add that linear gradient, and then we add our white variable color. If you're using core framework, it's light, and if you're using vanilla CSS, you should just have the hexadecimal code for it, right? Which is just the pound sign and then FFFF. You know that. You know what to do. Transparent. So this is what we want. Why does it add it there? Okay. So now we need to make sure that we give it a Z index to bring it to the front of 1. And now we have it, right? This is what we want. So let me just add this real quick for the after. See after, and then instead of it to be set to the top, we want it to be set to the bottom. So bottom set to 0, and we still don't see it because I need to flip this. So I will just copy this. Oops. Wow. And then put it right there. Position after blah blah blah. From transparent it goes to white, right? Bottom 0. Let me see if I forgot something. Transparent. Oh wait. I think I know what's going on. This is set to 100%. Let me see where this what is this? Oh. Whoa. What is this? Did I not save? Template saved. Whoa. What's going on? Okay. What is the method? So I just had to check real quick if something was wrong, but I don't know. I'm seeing this gap because apparently I've not set the gap here. So this, what I'm seeing here, is actually accurate. So it just got me confused. I don't know where this gap is coming from. So I think I'll just add a gap here. See what happens. Okay, let's check the front now. See, okay. Okay, cool. Let's give it a height of 400. Set this to grid. Image ratio 43. No, just leave it open. No, let's give it an image ratio. Column 3. And let's give it a light box so we can actually click on the images. That'll be cool. Okay, I cannot click when the pseudo element is covering is above the images here, so I can click on them. But once we go down, so where the pseudo element is not hovering over the images, I can now click on these images, right? And yeah, so basically that. So let's fix the other. We're not seeing the other pseudo element due to. Let me see how high my container. I'm not giving my container any height, right? So let's see where. Let me just see where it is. Container carousel. I seeing this right? Oh, that's why. Look, if you see look here, you see the height, right? So it's 2120 pixels high. So that's why I'm not seeing it. So I'll give it a height of 100% so that it stay within the section. And now we see it. So let me see how that looks like on the front end. There. I think I'll also add I'll add a heading here because I want it to also stay within the container, and there it is. This is what I want. Yes. Okay, so it's working as it should. Why is the front end displaying it like this? Okay. You know what? Let me just continue. Well, I will check that out later. Okay, so we have our min width here, and we now need to add the animation. So the animation will be added to the image gallery wrapper, because the image gallery wrapper will scroll within the confines of the carousel wrapper, right? And I will also add a layout in here, so nothing crazy will happen. Let me see. And you know what? I don't think I need to. I think I've already added it on the carousel wrapper. So the image gallery is the one that will be scrolling up and down, right? And it will be scrolling in within the confines of the carousel wrapper. So let us go ahead and let me remove the double L here. Let us go ahead and add the CSS for the animation. So root, say animation, right? All right, animation, yes, animation. We need to first give the animation an identifier. You need to name the animation. So animation's name will be slide up, because we want it to slide up. So I'll just say slide up. We need to tell it how long we want duration to be. So I'll say 35 seconds. And now I want it to run constantly, so I don't want it to stop. So I'll say infinite. And with running, it means it will complete the 35 seconds and then it will repeat. So it's going to be an infinite loop. So that's what I want. And I also want it to alternate, which means once it goes to the end, it will go back to the front, it will go back to the end, and to just continue doing that, which creates also a nice effect. And the last thing I want to add to it is a timing function. So you can choose, there are some various timing functions you can choose from, like ease, linear, ease in, ease out, etc. So we'll just go for ease here. Ease is good. So that's set. But to get the animation to work, we need to define the keyframes. So add keyframe here, keyframes. And then we also need to add the identifier. So we need to tell it, okay, for what identifier do you want to set the keyframes? And that's slide up. And then once we have set up once we have put in the identifier, we need to now tell it, okay, where do you want it to move from and to, right? Or to from. No, from to. Or in this case, I'm going to add from where do I want it to start from and where do I want it to end, right? So in this case, we add 0%, and I also add 100%. So the 100% is where it will end, and then I'm going to use the transform property and the translate value. What's that? Translate to give it a starting position and also give it an ending position. So basically, I want it to end. Depends on how you want this to move, right? So I said slide up, right? So if I want it to go up, that means that the ending position has to be somewhere up. If that makes any sense. You know what? Let's just play with it first. So I'll just write the percentages. Let's do a simple test. So if I say 40%. Oh, wait, let me adjust the timing. 5 seconds. And let me I'll remove alternate for now so that we can know the correct direction it's moving to. So let me move alternate. As you can see, it's going up. Why is it going up? Because I told it to start 40% from its starting position, from the original starting position. So the original starting position is at the top. So if I say 40%, it's pushing it down, and then it's moving to 0%. So it's going back up. So in this case, it's sliding up. That's the animation I wanted. So if I set something like minus 40, it is now going, as you can see, down. So it's coming down from 40% and moving to 0%. So it's starting from up and going down. So it's sliding down. In this case, if you use a minus a percentage, right? So you can basically start playing with the percentages. You could say, okay, if you wanted to slide up, you can reverse it and say, okay, so maybe you say -5. Oops. Wow, I'm really breaking this. What's going on? Okay, -5 is the starting position. But then once it comes to where it ends, I could say something like 50%. Wow, what's going on? Oh, there it is. I have to wait, -50%. So it's actually now it's sliding up because it's going from the -5% all the way to -50%. So it's going -50% up. That's where it's ending, right? That's the end position. Or I could also, if I put this to 0%, it's starting from -50 and moving all the way up. In this case, then, let me remove. I see this one. There's a orphan image here. I'm going to just take that out so that it's. Let me see if this. Move this one. So now it's. I think it's 12 images. So it ends here. See, it goes up. And if you can't totally wrap your head around this, you just need to play with the percentages to really understand how it works. I think the best way to learn this is just change, just play with one value here, leave this one at 0 or the other way around, and just see how it behaves so that you really grasp how it works. So add alternate back here, and now you see it will be just going back and forth. If you don't add alternate, it will always, like, once it finishes the animation, to jump back up, you know. Let me see, ease sounds quite strong. Let me see linear or linear, or the way you want to pronounce that. Or ease in and out can look also pretty cool. Ease in, out. So it ends slowly and it starts slowly. So that even gives it even a much cooler effect, right? See, it's much relaxed how it's moving back and forth. But obviously I'm going to increase the duration, so it's going to move very slow, which is super cool. And we basically have our animation done, right? So let's go to the front to see how it looks like. And there we have it. See? It's pretty cool. It moves up. Let me refresh this again. Yeah. I said slider, but I actually like it once if it slides like this. So I think we're basically going. So it's sliding down now. By the way. Cool. Okay, so I think now the next step is to work on the responsiveness. So this is quite okay. I think here, okay, it breaks. I need to set the height to 100%, so it fixes itself. And here I think I should add to make this 2 columns, right? And on the mobile make it 1 column, and it's looking all cool. And now if I played with like Mansory, I don't like how Mansory gets. Maybe it's the columns thing. So if I remove this, it doesn't even affect it. I don't know why it gets like this with all the space. Is it because of this? I don't know what I have to remove. I'm just trying to still understand how Mansory works with once I set it up. There's always this large space, whereas if I just add element to the page and just work with it, you don't have this large space. So I don't understand why that is. Anyways, you also have the metro, which is also cool. Let me just put the spacing back here, and also I need to put the, what's it called, back, the columns. So yeah, for this you might want to add more images, because here I cannot, as you can see, I cannot tweak the columns, right? So this should, if I would use this, it would be in a static, not with an animation. It's just be static, because this is real cool like this. But we're using grid here. Come on, where's the column? Here, there it is. So 3, 3, 2, 1, and we are basically done. So everything is working the way it should. Did I make this 500? How would that look like? It's a bit higher. Okay guys, that's the end of the video. I hope you guys learned some stuff again. Obviously you can build this gallery, you can just use an order list to get the same result, right? You can just have 3 columns, and just, you could use a query loop. You can also use a query loop with it, with this image gallery, of course. So there are different ways of getting the same result. I think in the example with the if using an ordered list, the images, you can actually tag the images, right? You can give it a figure tag, because watch this. If I remove the light box, I almost even forgot to show this. You see this? So it has an order list, which is cool. So this is good, right? Once you open this, you see div, right? And you cannot change the tag. I cannot change the div, right? And if I set this to a light box, the div will now become a link. And you would want your, okay, it gets wrapped, the div gets wrapped with a link, but yeah, you would want this to be a figure tag, right? So if you use an ordered list, you can actually you have more control. You can set your URL, you can set your URL tag, your li tag, and then you can set wrapped. You can, the image can have a figure tag, etc., etc., right? It's just more HTML5 compliant, right? So, but yeah, this is also definitely a way of doing this. Only downside is you don't have the figure tag, and you might also be limited in your customizations, right? Because this is all you get. So I think I will make another version with the just a custom gallery. I will make then with the UL tag, and you can just hook that up to a query loop. You will have your image to have a figure tag, and they'll be in an unordered list. But for now, this is the end of the video. I'm gonna wrap it up here. Thank you for watching again. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know what you like, what you don't like, what I can improve, etc., etc. Tell me if you like these tutorials, and yeah, I'd like to really hear from you guys. Have a very nice day.